system. Use hockey, promote. And we give these jobs to kids every time after camp. You want to make bad decisions? Listen to Coach Kyle.
Or Coach Connor.
Well, welcome back to Talks with Friends. I have a friend here. No one may recognize him by his new looks, but his name's Drew. Sorry, no, it's not. It's Connor Roche. He did a lot of hockey camps with me. We played college hockey together for a little bit. Connor, if you want to introduce yourself, give a little intro, let the people know who he is.
Well, we played hockey together at T-State. And now I've entered the underground degenerate world of gambling, and I still coach some hockey.
Some hockey is an overstatement. This guy coaches one kid privately every once in a while.
There's 3 kids.
How many dollars are you charging these kids per hour?
$50 an hour.
Each one? So you're making $150 out the gate?
When I have the 3.
Okay. So I was
It's
80.
a rare day when I have the 3. Sometimes it's more 1 and 2.
I was 80.
But there's 3 kids that kind of switch.
But like 80 got a little weird for people at some point.
80?
So like, yeah. But like
That's clientele, baby. That's camp. Central. That's huge. Hockey. Right there. That's light heavyweight division belt status, baby.
But yeah, so like that's what I was at. Oh, sorry. Let's reset this. We should probably bring our mics over. We'll keep
Honestly,
it on.
these mics probably pick it up right
Oh
now.
yeah, I'm just gonna swing her back to me if you can hear me now. Perfect.
So good.
Yeah, bring yours over to you.
I don't want to be spitting into it.
That's why there's a spit guard. I've thought of it all. Connor Roche, if you didn't hear. Connor, there's so many things to get into with you.
Oh boy.
When was your first drink?
My first drink was probably... I smoked dope before I started drinking. That's for sure.
Well, then let's go with that. When was the first time you smoked? Who were you with? What setting were you in? Were you at home?
I smoked dope at 14, and probably my 5th time I got expelled from Catholic school for smoking dope in the bathroom.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, that was a fun time. My dad beat the shit out of me.
As he should.
For that one, yeah, that was not a good look for the family.
And why was it not a good look? He just like, you embarrassed our family. We kill you. Like,
Well,
what
we
happened?
had actually just won Natties. We're the first team ever out of Indianapolis to win Natties for AA. I was U14.
Yeah.
So it was probably a couple months after that, and I mean, fuck, I knew tons of parents in a bunch of different districts, and one of the sisters on my one of the kids on my team, his sister had walked into my school while I was literally getting arrested, and yeah, she blew the whole cap off on everything, and yeah, it was pretty bad.
What is jail like?
I've never really been in jail for too long.
No, what's a holding cell like? You got multiple people in there? Like, is it a drunk tank that you're
If
throwing
you're in a
into?
drunk tank, you're by yourself. Usually, at least when you're 14 or 16, you fucking are.
14. Why are you in jail? Like, why
I
don't
went
they
to
take you to like a
juvie when I
probation
was
officer?
16. I got probation for the weed smoking, and I didn't get in any trouble. And I got off probo. And the next time I got in trouble was for drinking at a high school football game, and I got arrested. And now he's fucking tanked.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad.
What were you drinking? Hard liquor? Or
Yeah, I was just chugging out the bottle, whatever they have.
That's usually where it goes south for most people. That's where now it's
That's
like,
what I
I can have 100 beers, but if you give me 3 drinks of tequila, the whole fucking thing changes. Have you ever seen me cross my wires? Have you ever seen me freak out, hockey-wise most likely, but where I just snap? And it's just very aggressive.
Not
like,
when
what
we
the
were
fuck?
playing at Texas State.
What about coaching? Do you remember when I almost fought Lewis that year?
Coaching, yeah. I've seen you have a loose cannon only a few times. Like, count them on one hand for sure.
Yeah. It's just like all the guys saw it the other day. Kid like trips me and then cross-checks me in the corner.
Jason at redhead kid Jason for sure won. This little kid came up to Coach Kyle and said, "Fuck you, bitch," straight to his fucking face.
my round face at the time.
Kyle kicks him out of camp. We're leaving on the last day after scrimmage. We're pulling out of the parking lot, and we see Jason's dad just beating the shit out of him in the car.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. He's just hammering him in there.
Shit out of him. We're all like, yeah.
I
kind of felt bad at first, but like, he's never gonna talk to an adult like that ever again.
We changed lives here on this podcast. Talk to your friend about that. Yeah, it's... Dude, Jason, do you remember, I don't know if you were around then, but we're doing Lake Tahoe camp, and his dad was a biker, so he'd bike around the town during camp, and then he'd come take a shower. Well, let's time out our showers and not be at the fucking rink, so the kids are all changing out their gear to go off ice. Well, they have to go into the bathroom and change in a stall or wherever they want anyone to see their dicks. And so Jason's dad's in there just butt-ass naked taking a shower. I don't know how else you take a shower butt-ass, but he's in there on the in-between room of the two locker rooms. I'm like, yo, bro, there's a public shower right out here at the campsite. You don't need to come in here at all. Like, it was wild. But that kid, like, Al Fritchie actually, they asked him if he could play on Fritchie's high school team in Lake Tahoe this year. He's like, fuck no. Like, he practiced with them. Like, that's the low life he's become, is practicing with a high school team in Lake Tahoe. Ooh, what the fuck?
It sounds like he got put in line.
Take me out back and shoot me.
He got put in line.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. After Dad beat him up that
Don't
day.
ever say fuck you bitch to Coach Kyle.
Yeah, because that will fuck you out.
So, Colin, I've got so many questions. I'm trying to make this quick, but
Let me start with some barn burners for you.
Oh, no. Some barn burners.
all right. How do you feel about angel wing tattoos? Male or female on their back as they are an angel.
Gay.
If it's a girl, is it hot?
No.
If it's a guy?
No.
Okay.
It's gay.
I mean, just when you're fucking them from behind, like, you'd like to see a nice angel, and you're like,
No.
I'm Jesus. I don't know what you have to...
Never had sex with anyone that had the angel wings on the back.
So I've got two stories. I've had one in college, and then that's the girl version, and the guy version is...
First time you had sex with a guy?
Yeah. And so the guy version is this kid that played with us in Alpena, and I just met him one day, and then was kicked out to Scotland. He's a model now. Wears a kilt, like, whatever. But he had a tattoo.
Model.
Yeah. So he's from Scotland, right? I'm putting these two and two together. So he's got like Jesus or like a figure in the middle, like body, like humanoid, and then wings off of him that kind of look like he's got wings on his back shoulders. So we have a party, rookie party. Everyone gets fucked up. We're drinking Boone's Farm. Do you remember that shit?
No.
It's like a shitty malt liquor wine, but it like looks like
MD 2020?
It's very similar, yes,
That
but
was-
better tasting, more sugar. So you know you're getting fucked. So this guy has like 7 bottles. They're like, yay. So
7 of them?
yeah, and he's ripping it, and like we didn't eat. Like there was no food there. It was just a campground. Like we can't get in trouble out here, right? So we make the rookies get down to their underwear. We spray paint our numbers on our rookie, and then they have to do dizzy bat. You know that game?
Oh,
where you do
yeah.
Dizzy bat and then run around the house or whatever it is. So this guy, drunk as fuck, with his rookie, Alexander Kukwali, one of my best friends ever. Souls! This is like, so he fucking grabs a pipe out of the woods. We're on a farm, like a campgrounds. Grabs a pipe that is rusted the fuck up as he's doing his lap around the house of Dizzy Bat and slaps him in the ass with it, like full bore. Like perfect timing, breaks the skin. Now that's where we get in danger, right? We have, rust. Like my grandfather died from getting rust into his skin and dying. He worked at a key shop, had a cut in his hand, got too much sediment in it, and done. Like skinning into bacteria.
That's what you're supposed to get tetanus shot for, right?
So this fucking kid, like, he's like pissed off. Everything shuts down, right? Like the whole place shuts down. And so, like, we keep the night going, but everyone's getting a little more drunk, a little more agitated with the guy. He's now making fun of you, like, hey, nice shirt, faggot. Like, hold on. Like, you're chirping my Orioles shirt? Like, come on, man. Like, I'm the fighter on the team. You're the guy that's from Scotland with the kilt. So, at the end of the night, something happens. He grabs a guy by his shoulders and throws his head into my roommate's truck. Brand new Dodge truck. Dents the fuck out of it, right? Heads aren't fucking soft. He falls down, and dude, I remember jumping on his back, like, to choke him out. Other guys are grabbing his arm, and we're getting, like, the Hulk is fucking ripping us off. I'm like, I'm going for a ride. Like, get home, motherfuckers, let's go. Like, I'm getting after it. And then he just runs in the woods. Gone. spent the night in a car. He said he found like an old truck that doesn't run. Slept in the back seat. Next day was like not next day, like a week or two later, he was deported back to Scotland or Ireland or where the fuck he's from.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like just that's why I don't know if I come back to hockey for more stories or more life experience. But
is that the worst thing that you've ever seen rookies have to do?
No.
On a team that you're on.
I mean, mine in Burnaby was bad. We went to this Joey Tomatoes place, and they had the hottest hot sauce in the world. 2,000 hectare scale, like whatever.
Oh,
the
God,
people
this
brought.
is not going to be good. I can already tell.
So the waitress brings out gloves and a mask.
Is that a restaurant?
Yeah, and they're like, this is the hottest hot. Like, no one does this. It's like once a year someone shows up from Food Network and does this. And we're like, yeah, we're doing it for all the guys. They do 2 sprinkles. So they can't put it in the mixer. Like when you do hot wings, you put it in a mixer with the sauce so it all gets splashed everywhere. Well, they can't do that because it's like pepper spray. And so they come out with gloves on. They do 2 dabbles on the hot wing or chicken wing.
2 dabbles, that's it. Just drops?
Yeah.
Or like...
Dap. That's daps, baby. Dap. And I go, oh, this ain't going to be too bad. And we get it. And I just sit there, and someone's filming me, like, you know, the vet across from me.
You had to do this.
Yeah, and so it was my first year in the BCHL, and just a ring of red starts around my mouth. Like, just the contact from my lips to my face. I'm like... I'm sweating, dripping, man. And then, like, we already got this set up, boys. Here you go. And we go to the bar, and the bartender has jugs of milk, like a cold mug with milk. And I'm like, ah! I'm like pouring it on my face. I'm freaking like, take a sugar packet. We're pouring sugar packets onto our tongues to cut the heat down. So, like, that was vicious to me. And then the other end of it is that's come out of your asshole. And, like, 2 drops still had to... They 2 drops.
You're holding on to the door frame.
It was Hawaii. There was 2 drops. There was 2 nukes that day. It was Hiroshima. I don't know where I'm going with these references. But yeah, not very good for me. So that's the worst one. My dad said they did an elephant line.
I'm sure your dad has got way worse.
He's got one where everyone had to put a hot dog up their ass and walk around the house. Yeah, so say 15 guys have a hot dog shoved between their butt, and they're walking around the house. First guy that drops it, he's got a penalty of eating 4 of the other guys' hot dogs, and then it like progresses down from there. And he's like, I won. Like,
I won.
That means you're gay.
That means you're gay for
yeah, so like
that is not something to brag about.
So, oh, they also had the puck drop. So they tie a rope around your cock and you stand on top of a chair and they throw pucks in one by one into a bucket. And then once you give up, same thing, you have an opportunity to be the best at it or the worst, and there's punishment of drinking after. That's so brutal. Very, very, very fucking strange. But I mean, there's all kinds of shit that happens
I
now.
don't have any crazy, brutal...
So how do you feel about seatbelts and moving cars?
Seatbelts?
Yeah, and moving cars. Because I feel like you should have been...
What fucking question is this?
Here's the kind of question. I remember one time we were driving to Lake Tahoe, and I picked up some friends while we were in the back having an anxiety attack. And once you woke up and had another anxiety panic attack, you tried to open the door of a moving vehicle at 80 miles an hour with people that have never met you, and they're grabbing you by the shoulders going, who the fuck is this guy? So that's what I mean. How do you feel about seatbelts and moving cars?
We need context here for this story, alright? I was extremely hungover. It was Saturday. We're traveling to Lake Tahoe. We're about to go up, and how much elevation is that?
10,000 feet?
Yeah, 10,000 feet. I've got minor asthma.
What is minor asthma?
I've got minor asthma. And I was extremely hungover, and I was like, I need to be knocked out for this entire road trip. How long is the drive? Where were we going from? I think it was Fremont. It was definitely North Cali, right?
Yeah,
it wasn't SoCal.
We were going from Scottsdale to Lake Tahoe, so it's
no, we weren't going from Scottsdale. It was definitely Cali.
All right, say Valencia, not too far.
That's
8 hours.
That's SoCal.
Yeah.
Okay, it could have been SoCal. Or yeah, it probably was SoCal. We stopped and picked up a ton of stuff from the dispensary, and I was like, I need a 500 milligram.
What a request.
Eligible to,
Hey, can I die today? Like, yeah, we got that.
I need to be knocked out for the entire road trip. Unfortunately, when we reached about 8,500 in elevation, I woke up with an asthma attack and panic attack, and I couldn't breathe. and I asked you to open the window in the back of the Sprinter van, and it's not a window you can roll down. It's one of those windows you just pop out, and it's like half an inch of fucking air. So I'm still dying, and I just decide I'm gonna fucking die back here, or I'm gonna open up the door and stick my head out to breathe. And yes, we were going 80 miles an hour on a highway, but might have freaked a couple people out.
What a wild ride that was. Now, what did you think about Lake Tahoe? Did you like it? Like, I felt like it was the epitome of what we were doing. Like,
I think
this
it's
is the shit.
Honestly, probably the most beautiful place in the United States.
It's insane.
I've never been there for skiing, but I've heard during the winter time it's even prettier. But the paddleboarding on the lake, man, just like the mountains you're around, the place is unreal.
And what did you like? Did you go on that boat with Travis Wood? His dad took us on that boat around the lake.
Nope.
So I took 1,100 milligrams,
What the
and I went on a boat,
Why
and
did
I was
get
like,
on this boat?
I was weekend at Bernie's. Like, I had the sunglasses on, I'm just like bouncing through the waves, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, I don't know what's happening to me right now. Like, I was fucked up, and like, and no one said anything. They just videotaped me and then sent it after, like, hey man, this is what your day looked like. I'm like, Jesus. So that was one of the highlights of my life. There was we went on this kid's dad's boat, and they took us over to the Queen Island or whatever. It's like a little cove where there's this beautiful mansion that was like some British bitches, like she was a queen or
North
something.
Lake Tahoe?
No, it was like if you went from our hotel and just went straight across and a little bit left. It's right there, a
So
little cove.
South Tahoe.
Yeah, so she just donated to the California government when she died. She's like, here, just take my house, make it like a tourist spot. Like, you can't go in there.
Do you know how different these trips would have been if I was 20 fucking 1?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
How old are you?
I tried to sneak into the fucking casino at Lake Tahoe and was immediately kicked out, so that sucked. I was 20.
Did you walk back?
I was 20, yes.
That
I
walk
walked
back's epic.
Sucks.
It's like, you think about
I
your life.
tried
like,
to fucking...
sure our kids
I went
might
through
know.
that little mall area where we got the cool socks.
Yeah. Cool socks. Thanks, Braden. Do you still have any of the socks? Do you remember? Do you have the socks that the kids
I've
gave you?
lost every single pair of socks that I got.
Like, I still have notes from the kids, and you're like, I don't have any. Like, do you have any mementos from all those camps? Like, do you have a Prohibition shirt still?
I got Prohibition shit.
I call it no ambitions.
I still wear the Prohibition's tracksuit when I'm coaching.
Oh, no. They told me I had to stop wearing it. They were like, sir,
No,
okay.
you
I'm like,
burned
"What?"
it.
No, that was a hat.
No, you burned it.
I gave a couple to the homeless.
You had a little fallout, maybe.
Do you know how bad it is when you get a call in the morning from your mom and she goes, your dickhead's on Facebook? It's not a very good...
Who's dickhead?
It was mine. So I was at the Village on Telluride. I lit the Prohibition's head coach hat on fire with kerosene or whatever, grilled material. And I pissed it out and put it on video and then put it on social media, every platform I had. And just, my mom was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm getting like 50 calls today from other family members saying, your son's dickhead is on the internet. And I'm like, did it look good? She's like, not bad. But
Not
like,
bad. What the fuck?
all right, here's another question for you. Has anyone said that you look like Richie Witch, but you're broke?
No, but that's funny.
Okay, cool. I just want to run that by
you.
you.
That's a new one, too.
Did you pay your dad to kiss me so he could get you a job? And why did it work?
What?
Yeah. Do you remember when your dad kissed me
You
in
knew
College
you were
Station?
never going to make that trip without taking me and Scotty Boy.
There's
Ain't
no
no fucking way, dog. You were not taking that trip without me and Scotty Boy.
Is Scott Brownrigg racist or a golden retriever fucker?
Oh, it's definitely a golden retriever fucker.
I have a very big regret in my life is when he told me that his dog died in San Diego, and I had to crack a joke. I don't know what I was like. I'm like, dude, it's a
That's
dog.
not funny.
Yeah, it was
love those
not.
dogs.
I know, and I was like, fuck, dude. Like, and no one laughed, and we're in a van of 6 people. I'm like, this is not good. What else we got here? Have you ever been through a DUI checkpoint?
No, but but I've got a couple of experiences.
Oh, you got a real
those.
DUI. You didn't need a checkpoint. They checkmate you.
Yes, they checkmated me twice.
Now tell me in a quick elevator pitch what happened on those DUIs. You get pulled over. Like, what did you do to get pulled over? What
One
happened in the
was
altercation?
in a Whataburger drive-thru.
Darian, my friend fell asleep in one. Is this where we're going?
Wow, that's exactly what happened.
So they take so
They
long.
took so fucking long.
Yeah,
Exactly, man.
It's a problem.
It took so fucking long, and then I fucking just slammed into the guy in front of me.
Oh, that's even worse because my buddy fell asleep. I did the same thing at a Chick-fil-A in Lakeway or Lakeland Mall area. I was drinking all day at the river, and I don't want people to drive my car. It's brand new car. It's my car. It's my car. I'll drive home. So I drive home.
Gonna drive my car drunk. I'm gonna drive my car drunk.
And my buddy's sitting next to me, Edmund, and I'm like, yeah, just keep me up, like, because this line's taking forever. He doesn't. He falls asleep or whatever happens. And so I just slowly, like just tap into a lady. I wake up, I'm like, oh shit, I'm a white guy privilege. So I'm like, yo, what's up? She's like, oh my god, like you just tapped. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't paying. I was like changing the radio station. I was putting my cassette tape in, my CD-ROM. Like I'm just lying to this bitch. She's like, oh, it's okay. Like there's no damage. It's fine. And I left there like, dude, I just got away with one. Like we're not doing. I think personally that might have been the last. No, it's not. But the last time that I did something like that, like, you know, but that's crazy. Like, Whataburger is a trap. I feel like there's just police in the parking spots waiting.
That sucks. That one sucks. The second one, I was on 3 wheels.
3 wheels.
Yep.
So you had like one of those little scoots. You had a nice little
I was very blackout. I don't remember what I hit, but I remember pulling into. I could have thrown a rock at my apartment. I almost made it, man. The gate was shut. I couldn't get the gate open, and the cop pulled right behind me. I'm on 3 fucking wheels. It's pretty damn obvious, and I got suckered hard by the cop.
How so?
I was doing my sobriety test, and I did probably 3 steps and had already fucked up, and I just decided on my own I'm gonna restart, and so I decided to turn
restart the test.
Yeah, I was like I'm gonna restart, but I didn't tell him that, so I just turned the other way, and he assumed that I was trying to run, so he tackles me and like. I get slammed on the ground. Now I'm bleeding, and like it's just an immediate arrest.
Yeah, you run from the cops. You're fucked.
I wasn't running. I was about to restart my sobriety test that I was never gonna pass.
Can we start over? Sorry,
I didn't let him know.
Day,
I wasn't gonna let him know. I was just gonna, I don't like this line he pointed out for me.
I'll make my own lines.
Yeah.
What? And this is here in Austin or somewhere else?
This is Austin. Whataburger was Hayes County, so San Marcos.
Shit. That shitty one on the left side of 35?
Yep.
Yeah, I took so many people there drunk, like, after the bars. Like, when I was doing Uber, like, you can go through the Whataburger line, right? It's not any different. I'm like, give me a fucking $10 bill, you bitch. Like, I'm not sitting here for 20 minutes for the brutal. People are pissing and throwing up in the backseat. Like,
it's only like 10 o'clock, too. That's the worst part. It wasn't even late.
Were you working at a bar that day earlier?
I was working at a bar in New Braunfels.
Ugh, what a shit town.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Wurstfest is awesome. That's where Joe met his wife.
No, I like New Braunfels, actually. They got good food.
What do you like about it besides the food?
I mean, it's a cool, like, country town. It's not like Austin. There's not a lot of too many people, I feel like.
That's what I like about here, like dripping and like these little Liberty City or Liberty Hill. Like it's a nice little.
You get the river too. The river there's a lot more chill. I feel like than the.
I really like
San
Canyon
Marcos
Lake.
River.
We played San Antonio.
Actually, I don't know about that. The Kumara River is pretty fucking nuts.
Did you ever go kayaking or tubing in San Marcos?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have a good story from there? Just one? I do. So my friends were floating down the river, a little Indian man named Sadab. He's floating down the river and he sees a blonde chick that looks very similar to one of my sisters. I have 3 who never, like, it's just hit a platinum blonde. That's my family member. So he sees this blonde and she's like fucked up, like swimming by herself, no tube, no nothing. He's like, Taylor?
And so he puts my sister onto his tube. I don't know if he got off. They were probably just like next to each other. I don't know how this all goes. But I envisioned he got off and like just went down. So you have another hour and a half after that point. Her boyfriend, like whatever, had his own tube. Taylor's tube popped and just said, "See ya."
Yeah, that was gonna be a similar story that I had. It was pop tubes.
Pop tubes.
Pop tubes. Yeah.
I've never had a popped anything. Testicle, face.
I've had a pop tube.
How did it happen?
Just
Rapids?
being reckless on the fucking,
Now,
river.
reckless. Did you have a motor on the back of this?
No, it was probably just, I don't know, swan diving with my tube.
Swan diving.
Swan diving into some rocks.
Okay, I get it.
Not a smart idea, but you're usually blackout when you're on the river. At least I am.
The river is a dangerous place. I will say that. There's
Yeah, but
water
they got
moccasins.
the fucking buses, which are so clutch, and you just gotta have one person sober enough to drive you back at the end.
Do you remember Kenny Gustafson?
How can you forget the
Okay.
bus?
I always want to bring people into the podcast that like maybe we haven't talked
And he's
about.
a fucking man. That guy's a goddamn legend.
He's a good dude.
That guy's a goddamn legend.
For me, like, Kenny, sorry to say this, but sometimes you put out some, like, thirst trap, like, posts where it's like, I don't know if I can go on. And I'm like, no, like, don't do that. Like, you, like, dude, it's such an inconvenience. Like, even if you're to talk about, like, ending something like that, like, it's not
It's a
just
pretty
about...
dark turn.
Yeah, it's a turn. It's a turn. It's a right turn. It's an offsides. But I just...
Flag on
I
the
get
play.
worried with these people that like throw that out there. I know they're looking for attention or maybe they're just in a dark place, but like I call you a month ago and just
Well, we hadn't talked in probably years.
Yeah. And it's like
For sure.
I feel like there's so many of those people, and I don't know if it's an intuition, the fifth dimension like we've talked about, but like I have a gravitation to you guys and I don't want anything that bad to happen. You're like, I don't know why I called you that night. You're just like, who's on cocaine? Okay, Rush. Like, I don't, like, literally, when it gets to, like, 2 a.m., like, who's even awake? Like,
Was on cocaine. God damn it.
and yeah, and my favorite part was that your friend called me a fat fuck, and I had to show him my abs on a 7-day fast. What a beautiful night for me. He's like, wow, what's up, Ben Woods? I'm like, I don't know, you can't say that on live. But, like,
I think that was the night we got to blow up hot tub.
blow up hot tub. Are they worth it?
This one, I didn't get in because only 2-3 people can fit in it max.
How many were in already when you were considering getting in?
These motherfuckers were boiling water
Oh.
and then throwing it in there after they filled it halfway
That's a
up.
weird
I
move.
had left before anyone had gotten into this hot tub.
It's just lukewarm when they get
Yeah.
in there. Like, it's a plastic.
I was like, this is going to take like 12 hours to heat up. We'll boil water with big boiling pots.
That's what we were doing, like,
You
for, like,
idiots.
trying to figure out how to, like when the freeze happened here. We're like, what do we do?
That was-
Like, how do we...
that was
We have no
awesome.
water.
I never lost power, but I totally told my work, I was like, I don't have any power, sorry.
You can't come to work today. I'm dead.
That's when I was slanging them trucks.
You were selling cars.
No, I was brokering freight.
Oh, yeah, you're doing logistics.
Yeah.
And,
That's
okay,
what funded
so,
my DGen life.
so how many people do I know that are in that business right now? Sam Solomon, he was with you.
He's
was
not
telling
in
me.
it. He's not in it anymore.
Well, you just tell me how good you were doing at some point, like an alumni game you didn't show up to. He's like, Connor's doing
My
great.
equipment has been stolen, and I just haven't really had the desire to buy full new equipment, boys.
And then you were there with
Are you doing this?
Nick Brett? Was
What
Nick
is?
Brett that?
Yeah,
Doesn't
Nick
sound like
Brett.
sales.
Nick, why are you doing that?
Just a little kick.
Nick Brett is the king of logistics.
And so, like, I saw he lives in Easton Park. I built his house, like, just the stone on it. And this, I don't think it's stucco, I think it's siding. But, like, I did his house, and I saw him, like, post, like, a video or a picture in the backyard. I'm like, I've fucking been there. Is that on Best Ride? I'm like, that's so weird. Like,
Wait, where?
in Easton Park, it's right next to the
Oh,
airport.
yeah. That's what it's right across from where I live.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
on the
one-
other side of 35.
It's 183.
Yeah.
So, like,
It's
I
a nice
knew where he
neighborhood.
lived, but that problem is it's so
It's
close
got
to
a
the ghetto
fucking crib.
that people roll through and steal your fucking Christmas ornaments. They do all
I don't
kinds of
think
shit.
so.
I've seen videos.
No, that's possible.
Liar.
I don't doubt it. I mean, fucking see homeless all where I fucking live. It's kind of a problem.
Alright, so prohibition. If prohibition was a thing now, like, so you cannot drink anymore, this is a legality, what would you be doing? I feel like you're the guy with the speakeasy at the bottom of the house. You cut out a fucking...
Yeah, I'm
cloth.
always... I know every underground layer there is to go to.
Okay.
To find anything.
So, like, would that be what you do, or are you just a patron of that place?
No, I mean, I'm not a fucking huge drinker like I was in college. I've always been...
I guess I just reverbed to what you were.
I've always been a dope smoker, but, I mean, I like to drink beers. Smoke cigarettes now. It's a bad, nasty habit, but...
When did you have your first cigarette?
Oh, shit. I would say my 20s, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you chew before?
I had a Chosky for sure before a cigarette. I think I've only ever had legit chew, like not a Zin pack.
Yeah.
Probably...
And it was most likely...
Less than 4 times in my life.
with me in California
less
going,
like on a
please
handful.
give me one of these grizzly pouches.
I asked you?
No, like you would all the time. So I wasn't sure if I was the first one. I don't like to be that guy that's, oh, here's the first hit, here's the first
I
chew,
would ask
here's
you
the
for
first
grizzly pouches?
Oh,
Bullshit.
yeah. Grizz Wintergreen. You're like, just give me one. I'm like, Connor,
No.
you don't need this. Like,
I
no,
had been
dude.
so blackout, or
Yeah, that's what I'm
because
saying.
they didn't have cigarettes either.
No, that you
I
had,
was definitely
you had
smoking.
no vices.
I
You're
was
like,
smoking a
give me
lot
one.
of cigarettes. I was cigarettes in LA Fitness when we were fucking doing. That was first year.
You're like, where's the hotel? Where's the closest
I
LA
was
Fitness?
fucking
Like,
jacked
shut the
then.
Fuck up.
I was
Yeah, no, that
jacked
video of you
then.
the other day I sent you, you're like fucking ripped. You're like
Yeah.
cut jaw, like you're like, what's up?
LA
And
Fitness.
smoking a cigarette in a Motel
Yeah.
6 parking lot. Like, dude, what the fuck? I'm just moving the car back and forth in reverse and driving. Like,
Hey, Scotty,
Yeah, it's good.
come back. We smoke our cigarettes. And Siri, where's the nearest LA Fitness? And fucking ask you to borrow the van, and if you tell us no, we'd fucking jog there.
yeah.
It's definitely the
I
best.
think we had a setup that was good,
It's
like
the
2
best
miles
shape.
away. You would jog there, 2 miles back. Like, you got your whole shit in.
Best shape I've ever been in, and then it came back, and I almost lost this finger on a goddamn boat with Crabber, and I never got in good shape again.
How much do you hate Peyton Kellogg Clark? Because I am on a
Never ate.
So he messaged me on
Fuck a midget.
Instagram. Yeah, see that's why. So like 5 years ago, no,
I'm
3
sorry, Peyton. God damn
He
it.
fucked a midget. So he messaged me like 2 or 3 years ago, and it's like just an Instagram post, and he goes, "You're the worst person that I've ever met in my entire life."
Wow.
And I was like,
That's
"Send me a fucking address, and I'll come beat that ass. Like I will fucking beat you." Like, dude.
Oh, that's because you soured him though with Pro-Am, I think. Didn't you try to sewer him?
In what way?
I don't know. I think you tried to sewer him in Pro-Am.
I mean, he wasn't trying to like raise or like get a better position. I just was like, this guy. Like
I could be wrong. I'm not like blasting you.
And he's like, I have to go ride the bike for an hour at lunch. And we're like,
yeah,
why? He's
he
like, I
was
need to get my body
fucking,
fat down.
He
He's
was
like,
LA model status. Then.
yeah. So
he
I'm
was
like,
doing his model.
so for me to give him that leeway and be like, hey man, if you need to go do something, we'll let you off for lunch, but no one else does. But you know, like fucking pay it forward with us, kind of thing. Like get us lunch one day, or like whatever.
That's fair enough.
And then for him to be like, you're the biggest piece of shit ever. I'm like,
So you're saying he just said that shit out of the blue?
yeah, just like a story.
well, that's
and I'm
weird.
like, all right, like, and I just kept hammering it every week. Like there's like 25 messages. I'm like,
You don't want to cross Kyle.
Fucking
He'll go after you.
yeah.
If you cross Kyle, ooh, you better hope he doesn't have shit on you.
Because I was like, you midget fucker. I was like, just so ready to bury him.
It's like a twitch he's been waiting to say.
He just spit her on his cock, just giving her a little backhand around. Like I'm like, dude, don't call. And yeah, so that's one of the biggest things. So we had
Is
a
that nicotine?
Yeah.
Really?
both of them are. That one
No,
tastes like
that vapor.
No, that's something else.
That's what I thought when I hit it earlier. I was
Yeah,
like, that's
open it
not fucking,
up and
that's not
find
fucking
it.
nicotine. I was like, that is not nicotine.
All right, let me throw through a little Rolodex on these questions.
What a trap. What the
So, what's up with stand up? Like you said you done what 3 to 5 times?
I mean, it's just something.
Is it a passion? Or
I've
you just
always
kind of fucking around?
I've always been interested in stand up. I've
In
never.
what aspect? Like
I've always liked watching it. I've always kind of low key felt like that's something I could do.
And we've never had a problem just going back and forth with jokes and adding
Just
on.
banter.
And,
You know, it's
But, like, I never was like, oh, man, he
I've only
fucking had
done-
me dying laughing last
Yeah,
weekend. Like, so
I've
I
only
wasn't
done-
sure it was
I've only done like 2 or 3.
And, like, it was because, like, a friend of yours, like, hey, you're funny, man. Or, like, was like, hey, there's an open mic tonight. You want to come with me? Or, like, how did that work out?
I had a buddy that was doing open mics.
I swear to God, if you say his name's Captain Patterson, I'm going to fucking
No.
punch you. That is, like, one of my favorite comedians right now. You're like,
Yeah,
I
it's
know Cam.
hilarious.
Like, shut the fuck
Cam is
up.
fucking hilarious.
I like rocks, but I'm not right.
Dude, he's so funny.
You said you played basketball with him?
Me?
Yeah, I thought that's what you told me last time I FaceTimed you. Like, oh no, Cam, dude, we play pickup sometimes. I'm like, what?
No.
Or
The
maybe
guy that I was going to do stand up, or the guy that was taking me to do stand up with, he's played ball
Okay.
with them, and he's like
Are you good at basketball?
He's like a comedy friend with him.
Can you hoop?
I can hoop.
You got ups?
I got ups for.
I had a parent
Me,
last week
yeah.
ask me if I can dunk.
I definitely cannot
Proudest
fucking
moment of
dunk.
my life.
I can get the backboard.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I could probably touch the net.
Could definitely get the backboard.
Like-
You should be able to get the backboard now with your weight and athleticism. You
dude.
definitely should
I
be
do some
able to.
pull-ups sometimes.
What are you, 5'10"? 5'11"?
6 foot if you look up a hockey DB.
If you're 6 foot, you should be able to get the fucking rim.
Yeah, about 5'11". And so that's the extra inch you need. But yeah, I don't think I've ever dunked, and like that's the part where you have to get the ball in. Like I can touch the rim, done that a million times.
I can
but,
dunk on a 9-foot net.
Yeah, you give me 9, I'm fucking
I
taking.
can dunk
10.
on a 9. I can't dunk on
I'll
a
look
10.
at you, Vince Carter up there.
I've
winning
probably touched the rim once or twice, like in my life.
one. And like, did you have to
On a
gear
10
up for
foot
that?
line,
or
I was
you
probably
just,
like 17, 18 years old.
I hate the guys that can just drop.
Oh, it's definitely like a full on, like I was about to do a high jump.
The guys that can jump from 2 feet on the ground and just I'm like, fuck you, dude.
It's
Like,
ridiculous.
you're
man.
an animal.
Because I've seen people fucking shorter than me dunk. That's ridiculous.
All right,
dude.
so let's throw out the World Star video. Hey, Ryan, throw the video right here in the middle.
No.
Um,
No.
So, from my account, you have about 50 million views on a video of you throwing yourself down a flight of stairs and then your boots stabbing into the drywall and making a dent. Why did you do this? When did you tell your parents you were gay? Like, what is going on? Like,
And
was it just an attention seek? Or like,
I
what were
don't
you doing?
have an explanation for this.
And you did it at my house too. You did it at
No,
my
I did not. It was
or
definitely at my.
someone did.
It was
No,
at
no, not-
my
not that one, but
motherfucking
You
house.
did it at my place later. You're like, fuck it. And stuff through
Okay, but
yourself.
I didn't put a hole in your wall.
No, and there was no video. So I'm like, why did you just do this? So I was like wondering, like, what happened that you were like, I have to do this.
Let's see, how many fucking. Damn it, my bad.
Okay, good. I assume it's just you're an attention whore. No?
I feel like I used to be. I don't really give a shit anymore.
Well, yeah. No, we all turn to a middle phase. We're like, why do I care what people think?
Yeah. I've never really given a fuck what anybody thinks, but I feel like in college, yeah, I was probably maybe a little attention dweeb.
Like, what was your favorite hockey celebration after you scored?
Just a little finger punch.
I didn't know if you're going with the crowd. Like, give him, like, we had this goalie one
little
year. We
shh
wanted
and
him
jerk
to
off.
use the fucking goalie stick on the other end and splouted him. Like, oh my god. Like, I thought that was you when you came in. Like, this guy's gonna be a wild boy. Like, it's not even gonna be a question.
Our first year at T-State was definitely the funnest hockey year.
And we just dominated. I was number 2 in
Where-
the country in scoring.
Yeah,
like,
my
we were
rookie year,
ripping
yeah,
it.
you were fucking top 10, top 5, yeah, in points. Razor was
Hayden.
top 10. I was definitely up there too. Esson was up there too. We had a 6 squad.
Dom. Like, what a coach.
Yeah, mother of God. The worst was definitely coach. That really opened me up
You got Cosmo?
to, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make
Cosmo
sure we're
was
talking about the same thing.
first year coach. I'll never forget intermission of we're in bumfuck playing Texas Tech, not even up in Lubbock. We met him like halfway. Where was it? It's in that fucking mall rink. The mall rink.
In Dallas?
No, it's not Dallas. It's
Odessa?
No. Actually, it could have been Odessa.
I think it was.
No, if it was Odessa, we would have played at the Jackalopes place. I feel
Amarillo?
like. We would have played at Jackalopes place, so it's in the null.
I'm trying to throw out rinks. They're just towns that rinks. Amarillo.
Whatever, we played at this fucking rinky-dink fucking mall. We're playing Texas Tech. We're probably smashing them because this is our first year. Yeah, we're definitely smashing them. And we're up, and coach comes in between second and third. They're rinky-dink ass locker room, so we've got 2 different locker rooms. All the boys are packed in on one side. I'm over on the other side with probably like 1 or 2 other guys. Coach comes up to me, and he just pulls out of his pocket, opens up his hand, and I just see 9, 10 hydros. And I go, hold on, coach, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I swear to you, after I counted him, I just look at him. He looks, he's staring at me. Pops all of them. Every single one of them, bro.
How is he after? Just like a zombie? Or like, I don't know how those drugs
It's
work.
normal.
Oh,
He
it
was-
just got him back to baseline.
Like, he was so addicted to them.
10 fucking pills.
9. There's 9 hydros.
Oh,
And
just
they...
tell you that.
And they were like the strong ones. They weren't the pussy weak ones. And then he was fucking
And hydros
later that night I see him walking around the fucking hotel and he's got a coffee pot full of Crown Royal. He's got a coffee
Like from the room?
Yes,
Where
he's got a
like, I can't let my
coffee
wife see
pot
the
and it's
bottle.
just fucking Crown Royal. He just comes to the boys' room. What's going on?
My favorite is he asked me for hydros, got some, and then came to our team party at Crabbers, and he goes, "Let me go grab you some cash," and then drove home.
Yeah.
Just took off. I'm like, what?
Our goalie was his dealers for half the time. He came to some of the parties. Anytime I saw him do a key bumpski one time, I won't blast someone, but he takes their bag and scoops the entire bag with the key and just does it all. And Krabs looks at him, what the fuck? And he goes, so it's just that key bump.
Well,
It says it in his like French Canadian accent. It's just a bump.
So give me one good story about Dom Gerard. Like, doesn't have to be good, bad, anything, but like I have 1,000 stories from Dom. He was my roommate. People are outside of my house pacing around, waiting for him to get home.
I got tons of great stories about Dom. Honestly,
Yeah,
Dom put
pick
me
one.
Dom put me on so much game at Texas State. I'll actually give him mad credit for that.
I feel like
He plugged me in
It went
so
Dom,
hard at the school.
Connor, Scott, Henry. It was almost like a trickle-down effect. It was like Dom taught you, then you taught Scott, then you both taught Henry, and then you just were all shitheads. Like it just
100%.
yeah, okay.
100%. Dom, Swafford.
What a pussy boy.
No, I fucked with Swafford.
I liked him too. He was one of my best friends at the time, and then one night I don't know what
I haven't
happened,
heard from him in years.
and he just like bawled out on me like, "Fuck you, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're not even a real human." I'm like, "What the fuck's going on, dude?" And he was blacked out
He just has his
on
rants.
stuff.
He's done that before.
And then like I was gonna
he
text
does
him
that shit to
night.
Curtis every weekend.
Yeah, and Curtis just ate it. I'm like, I ain't eating this shit. So I was like, texting him like, "Hey man, you can't fucking do like," and I just deleted the whole
Poor
text. I'm like,
Curtis,
what am I
man.
doing?
Good lord, you got shit on all the time.
A man bun? Come on, man.
I had a samurai bun, I have to admit, for a little
I
bit.
saw that, and I'm like, the fuck is...
I had a samurai. I've gone for many different looks. As you can see right now, I'm Forrest fucking Gump.
I mean, I sit with the faux hawk. As soon as I got it, I go, this is me. Hair is power. This is going to be my shit. And I don't show it on this podcast, but I just wear hats and shit. But like a faux hawk is literally
You've
what I
always
need.
had the same hairstyle. I've never seen you with a different hairstyle.
I think like 12 the first
Same
time.
beard cut,
So
never different.
You know who cut my first faux hawk?
No.
One of the brothers from Good Charlotte. He was a hair cutter in Baltimore, and didn't know it at the time. Whatever, right? And like, I wanna be you. I wanna be just like you.
That was your theme song.
Yeah, and
That's your Kyle's theme song.
Put your fucking hands up. So like straight up, I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. My grandma was like, you know, used to cut your hair, right? I'm like, what? Like one time. It's not like we had I only go there once a year. And she's like, yeah, he cut your fucking hair. Like that's what he did before he became famous. I'm like, no fucking way. Gay guy.
Gay guy.
I want to be you. He's like, I just want to be just like you.
I was a skin cut for sure when I was all in college.
Bald fade?
Yeah, always the skin fade. I always had the skin fade.
And that gives you like 4 months to work with it, right? So I try to get
4 months? I was getting a skin fade every 2 weeks, my dog. Every 2 weeks. Get that clean cut. Come on, you know what I'm saying?
It's been about 4 years.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now it has been about 4 years. I'm growing this shit out so I can get a mullet.
It's like my uncle will do a haircut every week, and I'm like, no, like I don't understand that. Like the economy.
Dick Rat would get a haircut every week.
Oh, but he only has like 9 fingers.
9.5. Dr. 9.5.
You were there that night, right? Where he broke his pinky and like didn't go get it looked at. Like we had a fight outside. I never got to swing on anybody.
Lost the pinky.
Yeah, and so he like got pulled off in the fight, and then I was like, look at this. I'm like, no, you need to go to the doctor. I don't have insurance. I'm like, go to the doctor.
I was not there for the pinky, but I've heard the story many times.
I thought you were the one that probably started the fight. I'm like, Connor did this. Let's go.
This was before I was ever at Texas State. That was when he was 21. I don't know how much older.
You came the next year, I think.
My first year, I was still not of age. I was fucking 19, 20.
I remember like sneaking you, like not sneaking.
Me and Scotty, I'll never. We hid behind.
You graduated before you were 21.
No.
We did 4 years, but we had to be sneaky.
No. We fucking would hide behind this building that was behind rooftop. And we would wait for the GM to come down these back stairs because he would throw the door open.
Yeah, I think I helped you with
he
that
would throw the door open.
And you have to come
And he'd come down there and be checking the giant ass line at like 1 o'clock. I'm like, now's the time. We'd pull out and we can get into this one. We just sit behind here. I was like, wait, Scotty, he's coming down now. Just bolt it as soon as he get out there, and we just sprint up these stairs, leave the door open. Sometimes the bartenders would see us, just immediately get into the crowd, and then we'd be with Dom, and Dom would, if they came up to us, Dom would take care of it. Yeah, Dom would take care of it.
Do you remember the guy that when we were there one time just came up to Allie and was like, hey, leave this loser and come with me? She's like, no.
What?
So he just comes into our bottle. Like we have the bottle service. We have the little like booth or whatever you want to call it. And he's just
the podium.
He's like, leave this zero and come with a hero. And she's like, no. It's
what
like,
a fucking wank.
Boyfriend. And I was like,
what a wank.
Let's see how it works out for him, Cotton. And so he's just spitting game her the whole time. She's like, yeah, I'm good. Now she's like,
throw the bottle at him.
Yeah, now she's like hanging on to me, like trying to make it apparent, like this is my guy, please leave. And I was like, buddy, you want to go to the back? And the only reason I bring this up is because when you went to the back, like it's a steep staircase. So like, let's go to the back and fucking figure out the back deck. There's no deck. It's a fucking straight fall.
What are you talking about?
So like when you guys would sneak up those stairs, right?
Oh, that's what you're talking about. It's not a deck.
Yeah,
it's just straight stairs.
So I was like, let's go out in the back and talk about it on the porch or like whatever. He's like, yeah. So he's singing this what looks like the front part where it's a big old fat deck.
Just kick them down.
Yeah. This is Sparta. Like, and then he like, I don't know if someone gave him a heads up or something. But like, oh, like I think someone did one of these, and then he just like went out, like just left. Like, what an easy way to get rid of it. And then I was like, God damn it, they're going to get something out of his car.
It's crazy how that university, the whole, like, bar scene, it legit changes, like, every 2-3 years. It's crazy. Like, the rooftop place is completely gone. And it, like, came back, and now it's gone again.
You see all the high-rise apartments there?
Yeah,
like,
there's
what the fuck
a giant building now right downtown. They've got like 2-3 more of them. place is growing.
It's like Texas, right? Like I have job security because there's so much construction here. I'm a construction boy now. Love baby boy, construction boy. So like that's like
Pick up this, put it
yeah,
there.
it's like all it is.
Put this up there.
But it's
And
like
I'll sit in my trailer.
it's so easy.
Shut
AC's on, and then you just like get the job done. But like, yeah, I don't like. You've said you like now have a stable job, like where you have to like that's your 9 to 5 or whatever you want to call it, right? Like you've got that now or no? So how's that life? Like, okay, let me start with your day. Give me a rundown in under 5 minutes of what you
I
do.
haven't had
every
a
day.
9 to 5 job in 2.
So what do you do?
3 years.
What time do you wake up?
I don't have an alarm.
No, that's what I'm saying. What time though? Doesn't matter. I don't
It
care
depends what
time.
I was doing.
Tell me the truth in all
I
this. 'cause
swear
don't want no
it
bullshit.
depends what I was doing the night before. Generally, it partakes in
You've had-
being in a card room until 3, 4 a.m.
You've had 18 beers and it wasn't a card night.
I'm not. If 18 beers.
In a day. Like I'm talking about like you start in the morning. Or maybe it's a Saturday or you're watching
I
football.
don't drink
You're betting on
The
football.
only
on
time,
Sunday.
yeah, that would be the
Here we
only
go.
time I'm drinking 18 beers now.
Alright. So
Is on a
18
football or UFC day.
Spaced.
We've got some
Mm.
parlays rolling.
Yeah. So tell me how that day starts. You wake up and what do you do?
I don't really go out too much now, but if it's a big UFC fight, we definitely go out with the squad. We can get bottles.
Well, like I'm talking about the start of your day. Like start from
The
brushing
start.
your teeth, not like I'm not talking about what are you gonna do at the end of the day. Like you wake up, you go, I'm
I
fucking
wake up.
excited for this.
I
or
wake
what do
up.
you do?
I do a quick little stretch.
Okay. How many minutes?
5 to 10.
That's nice.
And
Feels good?
I go for like a 2-mile walk.
Oh.
Yeah. Regardless what
How many
time.
minutes is that?
Regardless what time. I don't time it. I just have
Hour.
like a. Actually, I have an Apple Watch now, so I've kind of been using that more. But I just
Which
have this like little trail that's right by my apartment. So there's actually a lot of trails.
Just a circle or like to a quick little.
No, it's like a legit trail. Like you could get lost for sure. You get lost.
That's yeah. When I see like Joe just went and did a trip to the Pecos River or whatever in Mexico, and I was like, "Do you have a Garmin or like something in case things go
Would
wrong?"
not be going to Mexico
no.
now. I
And
mean,
then we
unless you just like coming over on a backpack, you can get some free money. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Just get some free money. Just put me up in a hotel in Chicago, dog.
I ain't never gonna stop. Nobody knows that reference.
I ain't never gonna